The Merton Mysteries, a Learn English radio series from the British Council. Something She Ate, Episode 7.
Hello, my name's Amanda Carlton.
And I'm David Evans. And in this series, we aim to improve your English language skills with the help of a series of crime mysteries.
P.C. Gweno has been investigating the case of an estate agent called Anna Jenkins, who fell ill while she was having dinner in a restaurant in Merton and is now in hospital.
She believes that someone tried to murder Anna Jenkins. At first, she thought it might be Anna's new business partner, a woman called Rita Wardle. Then, P.C. Gweno spoke to her friend Hal, who had been doing some research into the case for her. Hal told her that he suspects Anna's Uncle Elliot.
In the last programme, P.C. Gweno and Inspector Tate went to the hospital where they spoke to a doctor. The doctor told them that Anna had suffered a very serious allergic reaction to some kind of medicine. In other words, her body had a very bad reaction to something which for most people would be no problem at all.
Here's a part of their conversation.
And did she know about this allergy?
Well, I'm sure she did.
So why would she take a medicine that she knew she was allergic to?
My guess is that she didn't. My guess is someone else gave it to her.
Deliberately? Are you saying that someone else gave it to her deliberately?
It's certainly possible, Inspector.
And I suppose the medicines are quite easy to find.
Oh, yes. You can find them in any pharmacy.
And would it be easy to give her this medicine without her knowing?
Very easy. You could just put it in a drink.
So, it's just as I thought, Gweno.
What?
I thought it was something like this.
No, you didn't. You didn't think that at all. You thought it was something she ate.
Thank you, Gweno. Now, Doctor, who would know about this allergy?
Well, obviously her doctor and members of her family, I imagine.
Members of her family? That's interesting.
And why do you say that, Gweno?
Because there is only one other member of her family, and that is her Uncle Elliot.
Really? Well, perhaps I'd better go and have a word with him. You wait here, Gweno, and speak to Anna Jenkins when she wakes up. If that's okay with you, Doctor?
Of course, Inspector.
So, in our first scene today, Inspector Tate finds Elliot Jenkins outside his office. Elliot Jenkins is not pleased to see him. He says,
Oh, not the police again. This is the second time today. What do you want this time?
The inspector tells Elliot that Anna's condition has improved, and he adds,
They also think they found out what's wrong with her.
They then start to talk about Anna's allergy. And here are two questions for you. When did she last have a bad allergic reaction? And how did they find out about her allergy? Here's the scene.
Mr. Jenkins? Mr. Elliot Jenkins? I'm Inspector Tate from the Merton Police.
Oh, not the police again. This is the second time today. What do you want this time?
I've got some news from the hospital. Your niece, Anna Jenkins.
Yes?
Well, there's been some improvement in her condition. We're hoping to speak to her later this afternoon.
Oh, well, that's good news.
They also think they found out what's wrong with her.
It was the food, I imagine.
Actually, no.
What?
The doctors say she suffered an extremely bad allergic reaction.
Really?
Yes. Did you know she suffered from allergies?
Well, of course I knew.
But you didn't think to mention it to us?
Well, she doesn't suffer from food allergies, does she? So I didn't think it was relevant. After all, she hasn't had a problem for years. Not since she was at school.
At school?
Yes, that's how we found out about it. She went to see the school nurse because she had a headache or something, and the nurse gave her some medicine and she had a reaction.
A reaction? Like she had in the restaurant?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. At the school, I mean. But I suppose it might have been like that. It was bad, I know that. She was in hospital for several days.
And you didn't think you should mention this to us?
I've already told you I didn't think it was relevant. How many times do I have to say it?
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
So when did Anna last have a bad allergic reaction? Elliot Jenkins says,
She hasn't had a problem for years. Not since she was at school.
and how did they find out about the allergy? Elliot tells the inspector,
She went to see the school nurse because she had a headache or something, and the nurse gave her some medicine, and she had a reaction.
Inspector Tate asks,
And you didn't think you should mention this to us?
to which Elliot Jenkins replies,
I've already told you. I didn't think it was relevant. How many times do I have to say it?
You're listening to the Merton Mysteries, a Learn English radio series from the British Council. And don't forget, you can find more resources at our website at learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, Anna Jenkins has woken up, and so PC Gweno and the doctor go into her room to talk to her. The doctor says,
Now, Anna, PC Lucy Gweno is here from the Merton Police, and she'd like to ask you a few questions.
PC Gweno says,
It's about Wednesday evening, the dinner at the White Tower restaurant.
but before PC Gweno has a chance to ask her anything, Anna Jenkins says something. Can you hear the two key sentences that she says? Here's the scene.
Anna? Anna? Are you awake?
Hello?
It's me, Anna. Dr. Peters? Are you feeling all right?
Yes, I'm a little better, I think, Doctor.
Now, Anna, PC Lucy Gweno is here from the Merton Police,
Good morning, Miss Jenkins.
and she'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh,
Is that okay with you?
yes, of course.
It's about Wednesday evening. The dinner at the White Tower restaurant.
She did this to me. I know she did.
Now stay calm, Anna.
She did it. She's always hated me.
Who is she, Anna? Who are you talking about?
As soon as...
Anna, please tell me who. Who is she?
She...
PC Gweno, I must ask you to leave.
Just one more question, Doctor.
No, I'm sorry.
Anna, who is she?
PC Gweno, can't you see the patient is in distress?
Anna, please.
Nurse! Nurse! Get in here quickly!
Anna, who is she?
PC Gweno, I must ask you to leave immediately.
So what are the two key sentences that Anna Jenkins says? First, she says,
She did this to me. I know she did.
and then she says,
She did it. She's always hated me.
PC Gweno tries to find out more. She asks,
Anna, please tell me who. Who is she?
but Anna Jenkins starts to cough and feel ill again. So the doctor says,
PC Gweno, I must ask you to leave immediately.
so who is Anna Jenkins talking about? Who do you think tried to poison her?
You're listening to the Merton Mysteries, a Learn English radio programme from the British Council.
In the next scene, PC Gweno tells Inspector Tate what happened at the hospital. She says,
She said she did it. She's always hated me.
Inspector Tate asks,
But she didn't tell you who she was talking about.
PC Gweno says she didn't get the chance to ask because she had to leave the room. But who does PC Gweno think that Anna was talking about? Inspector Tate agrees with PC Gweno's conclusion, but he goes on,
There are still two big questions to answer.
so what are those two big questions? Here's the scene.
She definitely said that? You're sure?
She said she did it. She's always hated me.
But she didn't tell you who she was talking about.
No, I didn't get the chance to ask her. The doctor said I had to leave.
Oh, Gweno.
But it's obvious who it is. It has to be Rita Wardle.
Yes, I suppose it does.
She was sitting next to Anna Jenkins at the dinner, and the waitress told us she was looking at Anna Jenkins like she hated her. I mean, it's starting to make sense.
Is it?
Yes, you see, I think Rita Wardle waited for the right moment and put something into Anna's drink.
Well, you might be right, but there are still two big questions to answer. How did Rita know about Anna Jenkins' allergy? And also, why? Why would she do it?
I tell you what, Inspector, why don't we go and ask her?
Good idea.
So, according to PC Gweno, who was Anna Jenkins talking about? She says,
It's obvious who it is. It has to be Rita Wardle.
and remember, Rita Wardle is Anna Jenkins' new business partner. Inspector Tate agrees with PC Gweno. And, according to him, what are the two big questions that they still have to answer? He says,
How did Rita know about Anna Jenkins' allergy? And also, why? Why would she do it?
PC Gweno replies,
I tell you what, Inspector, why don't we go and ask her?
So have they solved the mystery of who tried to murder Anna Jenkins? To find out what happens when Tate and Gweno get to Rita Wardle's office, join us again next time. Now here's a chance to hear a part of today's drama again.
Mr. Jenkins? Mr. Elliot Jenkins? I'm Inspector Tate from the Merton Police.
Oh, not the police again. This is the second time today. What do you want this time?
I've got some news from the hospital. Your niece, Anna Jenkins.
Yes?
Well, there's been some improvement in her condition. We're hoping to speak to her later this afternoon.
Oh, well, that's good news.
They also think they found out what's wrong with her.
It was the food, I imagine.
Actually, no.
What?
The doctors say she suffered an extremely bad allergic reaction.
Really?
Yes. Did you know she suffered from allergies?
Well, of course I knew.
But you didn't think to mention it to us?
Well, she doesn't suffer from food allergies, does she? So I didn't think it was relevant. After all, she hasn't had a problem for years. Not since she was at school.
At school?
Yes, that's how we found out about it. She went to see the school nurse because she had a headache or something, and the nurse gave her some medicine and she had a reaction.
A reaction? Like she had in the restaurant?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. At the school, I mean. But I suppose it might have been like that. It was bad, I know that. She was in hospital for several days.
And you didn't think you should mention this to us?
I've already told you I didn't think it was relevant. How many times do I have to say it?
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins.
But that's all for today. You've been listening to The Merton Mysteries, a British Council Learn English radio series. And remember, you can find more resources at the British Council Learn English website at learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. Until next time, from Amanda Carlton and me, David Evans.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.